done with like a Falcon pick or anything else. So
the random Yoshi, you know, that we
Yeah.
saw last year.
Oh yeah, the Yoshi. That was just against his brother, right?
That was against KeroKeroppi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, rocking the Ditto.
Well, yeah, this is probably what we're going to see the whole way through. Kero with the red hat, Robert with the naked Pika.
Yeah, and they are going to take their time to really get the hit here. Kero, he likes to look for the very explosive openings. He will take and tack away if he has to, but if he can just take his 0 to death from the Ditto, he will every time.
He is one of the only Pikas that we see that really has like that ground game pivot up tilt as part of his like normal kit.
Yeah, like
he does it to extend
movement.
combos. He did it to approach just there. And Kero's punish game as Pika is pretty much second to none.
Yeah, I think I've talked to a few people about it. It seems that the debate either goes towards him or Nax, and it's very close to whichever side you want to take.
And we just saw a crazy close set with the two of them.
Yeah, and it was very explosive, like we were talking about. Yep, and there Kero just waits,
misses a jab grab. All right.
Yeah, not the best way to start, but still very early. And Kero looks like he's opting for the grab so far, so not really fishing for the up tilts on tech chases yet.
Right, thought we might see the up tilt right there, kind of a meaty attack to throw out and follow it up with the back air, but no, just content with the grab, putting on some more percent, getting Robert off stage. But now Robert with the weak nair, good DI from Kero to avoid the back air.
Yeah, it's a very small window that weak nair is the correct option, but can tie together a lot of combos.
And some of us were talking about this earlier, about how good the community has gotten at DI in general. Like some of these things that would have connected even like last year, just like everybody is getting out of now. And it's really changed kind of the flow of the game.
Yeah, like we'll just say like 5 years ago, it would just be a select few people that comes to mind when you talk about good DI. And now those names don't come up, and not because their DI is bad now. It's just because
it's
like
normal.
30 people are on the same level.
Right.
So you'll see a lot of just up air combos in this matchup that used to just carry to death, and now it's just 2 hits and it's back to neutral again.
Right. It used to just be like, if you landed an up tilt, it was like an easy like weak nair, like strong nair into a bear, and now you just never know.
Yeah. But now it's like a growth of the metagame of using moves that might have a little less DI activity, like a little less opportunity to DI.
Absolutely.
Because some moves like that one, the forward air, it has more hit lag than like your standard aerial in the game. Just an effect of the electric move.
There you go, another pivot up tilt approach there from Kero, and it landed.
Oh, and just nice and simple, just stuffing the recovery to ledge with an up tilt at ledge.
Pika is just so good at edge guarding Pika.
Yeah.
Especially at ledge right there, because that up tilt, it's just such a good hitbox to throw out.
Yeah, it stays out for a while. It just covers the whole top of his head.
And it sets up the bear perfectly. Oh, Robert, he heard us talking.
He's like, I can do it too. It's part of my kit.
Robert can do anything.
He really can. Oh,
even
nice
the crowd was
escape.
amazed there. In-game crowd couldn't believe it. But good showing from both of them right now. I mean, just keeping it within one stock. We talked about how they had a close set earlier. I didn't catch all of the games, so I didn't see how close the games were, but 5-game set.
It's like the blessing and the curse of SmashCon is there's so many good sets happening at once. It's impossible to keep up with all of them.
Definitely, yeah. I don't think I've ever watched the full set. Just no time. But an interesting thing about the way we run our event is that before you get to top 8, top 6, top 16 like this, a lot of these top players have already played each other because of the way we run our pools. So a normal bracket, a top 8 player might have played like one top 32 player by the time they get here.
Yeah.
But in this, they played like 8.
Yeah. It's and also like we had a maybe a smaller cast of our very top scene for this SmashCon in particular. So we're getting a lot of matchups that it felt like they were kind of dodging each other over the years. Say like Kero Wizzy.
But yeah, it's we have like the top 6 or so were players that I said those were like my picks that could absolutely win the entire event.
Exactly.
And after that, there's still a lot of very strong players, but that like 10 to 20 range, it was like anybody could fill those spots.
Yeah.
And we saw a lot of that.
Yeah, exactly. Like so, Robert, just going into the event, we can talk about seeding him. Because he just hasn't gone to such a large event, he was behind a lot of people that maybe he would be considered better than, but did not really have the results to show for it.
Right, when you just like almost only go and like farm your local,
yeah,
it's really tough because like
yeah.
we might understand how good you are,
yeah,
but if you have never proved it by beating people around or above your level, then it's hard to justify the seed. But Robert's doing exactly that this event, rattling off some great wins, and even some of his losses have been fantastic sets.
Yeah, and even though, so Kero, he kept like a steady lead there the whole time, but Robert was just kind of inching his way back.
Yeah.
So I think the adjustings there, we might see a closer game 2 out the gate here.
Yeah, it really was. It was such a small difference between the two. But once Kero got that lead, he held like that exact same lead almost the entire time.
Yeah. I know this matchup is notoriously hard to come back on unless you're finding those large combo opportunities. And I know Robert does have it in his bag, maybe not as much as Kero. So I'm wondering if he might try to fish for those a little more as well, or if he's going to trust the neutral.
Yeah, he's got him, but yeah, Kero definitely gets the edge when it comes to that. I forget what set it was, but I saw Kero take someone from one end of Dreamland and then back to the other and off stage for the stock in a Pika Ditto. Like I don't know how he did it, but literally one end of the stage back to the other and off stage. It was crazy.
Just around the world.
Yeah. He didn't go under. Someone went under this stage. I forget what set it was. Someone was like almost under the stage. I think it was like a Quapple's hotline or I forget.
Yeah. Like those rare situations where they both hit each other and someone.
There's just been some crazy sets this event. That's just one thing I love about our format.
Oh yeah.
I mean last year we had over 1,000 sets just recorded.
That's insane.
And that was like half, you know, in a 250 person event.
Oh, good edge guard opportunity here. And Robert's still without a jump. See if he opts for the side plat.
It looked like Kero was going for like a delayed hit and hoping Robert would shield, but Robert jumped out, so he didn't get anything.
Yeah, and we've seen that part of the metagame kind of develop is people say holding shield on side plat, hoping the opponent overextends. But there's some good adjustment evolving where people would just slow fall aerial and punish the shield instead.
Yep, if you just throw out a late aerial, if you expect the shield, then it's a free grab.
Yeah, so now we're seeing people just get out of there entirely. Like, I don't want to deal with this anymore.
I mean, you're Pika. You can just pretty much get out of anything. Like,
yeah.
Might as well do it.
Don't overthink it. Just press up B.
Robert, because Kero didn't get that pressure on shield into a grab, Robert has turned this stock around and just took almost a full stock with that extra credit there.
Yeah, and it's crazy when your extra credit is just you passing the whole class, you know?
Yeah. So close. I thought Robert was just going to land an up tilt, but he probably just wasn't comfortable with the amount of space he had.
That's so menacing, just like vulture overlooking its prey, you know? Yeah, so it seems like Kero's kind of opting for the high ground a little bit just to get away from those kill moves, but back on the ground and Robert finds it right away.
And, I mean, it's basically all tied up right here.
Oh, nice. Good fade back up there.
It's interesting that Kero went for that.
I think he was hard reading the tech away, maybe.
Another up air, and he just missed his dash there, so he wasn't able to close the gap.
Wonder if he's trying something crazy like
that
a
was
pivot.
So close to covering with the down air.
He's got a tech chase opportunity. We'll see if he turns this into an edge guard.
It's a great grab by Robert. Grabbing Pika, tech in place, I mean, you only have 2 frames there, and they're
Yeah.
probably trying to up B out. So.
Ooh, he lands in the perfect spot for it.
And Robert, a little week 1 stock lead here in game 2.
Yeah, from inching back game 1 to a lead here in game 2.
This is a tough one to come back from because he's at
yeah.
such high percent. He has to cover a large distance. All right, down smash.
Oh, a rare roll that worked out.
Yeah, sometimes rolls are good. Isn't that what LD taught us?
Yeah, yeah. He might have had some of the best there was.
Up smash. There
oh,
it
he
is.
found it.
That's not enough unless he gets a double.
Oh, the unnecessary edge cancel on the way down. Love
Just
to
for
see
fun.
it. Oh, man. It seemed like Robert was kind of in between thinking.
Another pivot up tilt into the bear is just enough. Wow, Kero, what a comeback there at the end of game 2.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot tougher now. Like Robert, if he would have evened up the game, I think it's anyone's set. I think Robert still has a shot here, but
Winning 3 in a row is just a much more daunting task.
yeah, like in any set,
Like
but
he can
against
do
Kero,
it.
it's like,
He can do it, but that's way harder
yeah.
than, you know, taking that game and then trading to your way to winning.
Oh, nice find of the up tilt. Oh, reads the roll. Not a good roll that time if he gets punished.
Rolls are generally pretty bad. Tech aways a lot of times, pretty bad.
Yeah, it's
Everyone's
like,
just gotten so good that any like tiny little weakness in a move you throw out or something you do can just be exploited.
Yeah, 100%. But it's also one of those things you kind of want to at least put it on the table against your opponent, just so they're looking for it a little
Oh,
more.
definitely. I mean, even the Boom Karaba set, we saw, I don't know how many of them were on purpose, but
Yeah.
we saw Boom not tech.
Oh, he loves his no tech.
Yeah,
I know that's on
especially
purpose.
like against like a Yoshi where they're really going for those like those hard reads. It can just throw them off. And yeah, it can work in any matchup.
Yeah, no tech's an interesting one because if it's not punished right away, you have like a whole 4 more options.
Yeah, you got a bunch of options, and it throws off their timing.
Yes. Yeah, speaking of no tech.
Oh, I think Robert was expecting the push off, so he did the down tilt there. It was really smart. I think most people would have gone for like a jab grab there.
Oh, what a read.
F smash, that was huge. And it was just a little bit off, wasn't able to cover ledge.
Yeah, he definitely thought he was just going straight to ledge there, but he might pay for it here. That's impressive from Robert, just finding his way back on stage. He should live here.
Yeah, Kero just has to get a read. He goes for another one. I mean, hey, why not, right?
Why not? Like, it's one of those things in some situations, even though it might not be like good per se, you're not losing much going forward.
Right, and like it's hard for Pika to chase Pika to top plat.
Yeah.
So going for that read there and pretty much guaranteeing a stock if you guess right, it can be a better option.
Yeah.
Like he's not playing Falcon, he's not going to catch him up there.
Yeah.
Unless they miss it. Edge cancel or something like that, but
yeah, you almost have to catch like the zip, you know.
Yep.
And then not the landing.
But Robert here, again, kind of a weak lead, but it's a lead, and he can just rack up percent. Tough recovery here, and yeah, from that distance and that height, Kero can just throw out an aerial and stop the up B.
Okay.
Yeah, great up B out by Kero. Not even enough time for a jab grab. Is that just triple throw?
That was triple throw.
I've never seen it.
Surely by now we've seen it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Triple!
Now waits for the tag.
Look at that edge cancel. Look, Kero smartly backing off there. I think he realized he was too far away for the bear to connect.
Yeah, it's you just don't want to overextend, find yourself in a weird situation out there.
Especially when now, I mean, just one stock away from moving on to winners finals.
Yeah. And that's, no place you'd rather be.
Grand finals.
Well, champion.
Oh, that's a great single zip.
I love
Perfect
single zip
spacing.
mix-ups.
It was just the perfect spacing to get there too. I don't think he needed it, but it was great. He thought he needed it, and that's what matters.
If it works, you know, maybe it does.
Yeah, sure. It is last
right
stock.
on the line.
Robert, I mean, this is his winner side life right here.
Yeah.
But Kero with the big up smash, pivot, thunder, not enough.
That DI down just saving Robert, putting him on another lease on life here.
Frantically DIing down. Kero's chilling.
Yeah, you know, it's not his job to approach
It's
right
like,
now.
dude, you're at 100. I'm about to win. I'm chilling.
It's like, come hit me, I dare you.
Yeah.
Running through my back here.
I don't care how stale it might be. I mean, good work by Kero. You know, after having a really close set with Robert earlier in the day, I mean, just, you know, a few hours ago, 5 hours ago, something like that, to come back and pretty dominating 3-0. I mean, I think it came down to last stock each time,
yeah.
but it always felt, even when Robert was slightly ahead, it still felt like it was Kero's match.
Yeah, for sure. Like, never, you know, I think he did give Kero some trouble, but it seemed like every time, because Robert had, I think, 2 leads, and then that's when Kero started, like, creating a much bigger lead on his end after that. A little bit of locking in there.
And, you know, some of it came down, it just felt like Kero had the stronger edge guards in general. He was harassing Robert a little bit more on the recoveries than the other way around.
Yeah, and just better pickups on this punish game, too. Just some of those straight uppers we saw, he just either took those to the bank or just really just forced them off stage.
Yeah, and I mean, all of these guys have great neutrals.
Yeah.
But when you have one thing that is pretty similar or pretty equal, then you have to look at what's going to take them above. And for Kero, it usually is that punish game.
Yeah, and
he
like
just